You would think it's October, but it's not. I feel like I look kind of scary. Do I look scary? Per the title of this video, we are going to be going over apartment hunting. What does that mean for me? It means I'm still obviously living in my current apartment in Florida. I think I'm moving to another apartment in Florida. I expect to be moving to another apartment in Florida. I don't know why I would move anywhere else at this point in my life. If my computer would turn on, that would be fascinating, exhilarating, the perfect scenario. Wait, is it actually off? Did I turn it off by accident? Hold on. As my computer turns on and we continue with apartment hunting, I am going to make a quick list of the things that I am truly looking for. That's my printer. Sir? Okay, let me make... You done? There's all kinds of noise going on right now. My printer's going off, there's an airplane going overhead. I'm just gonna make my list of things that I want in an apartment and I'll get back to you, okay? Bye. I have compiled a list of 7 things that I am looking for in an apartment. These are the main things. Not everything on this list has to happen, but this is the more ideal situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna come to a point where I might just have to settle for something, at least in the meantime, because I don't have much of an option in a short amount of time. Number one, the thing that I am looking for the most is the cost of the apartment. I am not looking for an apartment that is $1,900+ because, for one, no. Why am I paying that? Not around here. That's not worth it. I need to think about my budget, what I can pay for. Could I potentially pay for that? Yeah. Do I want to? No, I want to be able to live my life. I don't want to just pay to live. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I want to have a little fun in my life. And I got other things I want to pay for. So I'm not going to spend all my money on just the apartment. It needs to make sense. So I put my budget at like 12 to 1500. 1500 is pushing it, and 12 would be around the more ideal. I think anything less than that, and I'm not really gonna get the type of apartment that I would want. And I know that sounds a little bougie, but honestly, there's a lot of things around here right now that are not great places for that much money, which is crazy to me. Because anyway, we'll get into that because I'm going to talk about the struggles that I've been going through while trying to apartment hunt, because this isn't the first day I've tried apartment hunting. I've been apartment hunting for months, but we'll get to that. Moving on, the second criteria that I'm really looking for is they have to allow my pets. I have 3 cats. They're staying with me, and you know, I love my cats. They're my babies. I'm not giving them up. That's not happening. So wherever I end up living, I need to be able to have my cats. Number 3, this one's hard for me because I know that it is not 100% necessary, but I want a washer and dryer in my apartment. I don't want to have to go to another building or to the other side of my building in order to use the washer and dryer. I don't want to have to pay someone else to use a washer and dryer. I don't want to go down to the laundromat and use a washer and dryer. I'm sorry if that sounds kind of bougie for some people who that's just their situation. I'm sorry, but it's what I've grown used to, and it's what I enjoy. I like just being, I have a lot of clothes. I just like to be able to have them. I'm constantly having to clean my scrubs. You know, they're not like I would never re-wear my scrubs. They need to be washed in between because that's kind of gross. You know, blood gets on them and stuff. I also am a very active person, so I'm going through multiple things of clothes in a day. Ideally, I'd like to have a washer and dryer. I'd ideally like to have a dryer because I am the type of person that wakes up in the morning and I throw my clothes into the dryer before I put them on. That's how I de-wrinkle my clothes most of the time. Yes, could I buy an ironing board and just do it that way? Yeah, but do I really want to do that? No. So that is something that I am looking for and could be a yes or no breaking point in getting an apartment, to be honest. Everything else would have to be ideal in order for me not to have a washer and dryer in unit. Moving on, the number 4 criteria that I would prefer to have is obviously location. I'm not looking to move back to Tennessee. I'm not looking to move to a different state or hours away from where I'm currently living because I've kind of settled a life here, you know, but I also haven't committed to like buying a house, you know what I mean? Like I could still leave if I need to, that kind of thing. Location is a big thing because I work in one area, I go to the gym in another area. I want to be able to be close enough to my family and friends where I could go and visit them on a weekly basis. Do I want to drive an hour away to get to any of these places? No. Will I have to make a compromise for at least one of them? Maybe. My search area is quite large at the moment just because of pricing issues and that kind of thing. But I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking everywhere within a bubble of where I want to be. We'll see kind of what happens when it comes to location. Will you eventually know what that location is? No, because I don't want anyone stalking me. But just know, I'll let you know if I meet that criteria. I'll let you know. But will you know where? No. Parking. I really don't want to have to walk multiple blocks to get to where my car is. Currently where I live now, sometimes I have to go, I don't know how to explain it. Like, imagine there's like 6 or 7 entry areas in multiple buildings on this one road. And sometimes, and I'm pretty much in the middle, maybe to one side a little bit more, sometimes I have to park all the way at the end. Sometimes it takes me about 5 minutes just to walk down to my car, which is fine, but it's kind of annoying when I have a lot of groceries, especially if I end up being on the, the 3rd floor. Right now I'm on the 1st floor, which is fine, but if I'm on the 3rd floor and I have to walk multiple blocks just to get to my apartment, that's kind of annoying. Also, I'd rather not have to be parking in like a giant parking garage. I kind of just want to be able to park pretty near my apartment and then walk in. I don't want to have to spend 5 to 10 minutes walking to my car. Not a deal breaker if I find an apartment that I really want, but it is something that I'm considering when I'm looking for apartments. Next is size. Honestly, most of these things are not exactly in order. I think size I would prefer over parking 100%. But size is big because I've seen studios where it's literally like living in a small hotel room for not a great price. So preferably a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, similar to my first apartment. That size was perfect, I think, especially if it's just me and my cats. I don't really need anything bigger. I don't want anything smaller. If I get a studio, I want it to be at least a somewhat good amount of space. Like, I don't want to be able to sit on my bed and touch my kitchen counter, you know what I mean? Like, that's a little strange to me. If it's what I gotta go for, it's what I gotta go for, you know what I mean? Like, if it's last chance, gotta find something, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And if I go for a 2-bedroom, it just depends on the cost. It really does. I think ideally I would like a 2-bedroom, but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a 2-bedroom at this point. So it is what it is. And then the last criteria I have is I just don't want it to be a shithole. I don't want to wake up to cockroaches. I don't want to wake up to things falling apart. I don't want to wake up and just feel miserable in my space. You know what I mean? Like, your space where you live, it needs to be your happy place. It needs to be your escape from reality. And I don't want to live in a place that makes me hate myself. I know that a lot of people are in bad situations and then they can't escape that kind of thing, but I thankfully do have the privilege to be able to afford something that hopefully isn't a shithole. So those are my main criteria for finding an apartment. It's been a journey. I think now I'm going to get into the things that have really made it hard for me to find an apartment. Currently it is May, the beginning of May, and I have been looking for an apartment since February. Why? Because that's around the time Enzo and I broke up. And if you didn't know that, well, watch my I'm moving out video. I should have explained it there. So I've been looking since then. And wow, things have changed since the last time I looked at apartments. The last time I looked at apartments was at the end of 2019. It is 2022. So it's been a few years. At that time, my first apartment, if you don't remember my first apartment, go back to 2020, I believe. And I was in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, still in the same apartment complex that I currently live in. And I'm pretty sure we started at $1,235, and that was about the budget that we were looking at for most of the apartments in this area. We were looking anywhere from like $1,100 up to $1,300 at the most. We were finding some really nice places. Ultimately, we settled with our current place. Well, in 2020, the current place. Now we're in a 2-bedroom in the same apartment complex, and we only went up to maybe like 14, 15. I think that's where we started with the 2-bedroom. Currently we're at 1,900, which mostly because we picked a short lease because we didn't know how long we were gonna be here. And then shortly after we broke up, and then, you know, here we are. But things have definitely changed because currently, if I were to pick a 1-bedroom in the current apartment complex that I live in, It is about $1,600 plus up to $1,800 starting for a 1-bedroom, and the 2 bedrooms are at $2,100 to $2,200 plus starting. So where I live now, I cannot afford by myself. And I don't even know if we would have been able to continue living here us together because of how much the prices have gone up. And the majority of the places that I did look at one point have gone up as well. So ultimately, I definitely have to expand my horizons, which is why my scope of looking at apartments has definitely widened to a variety of cities and towns and whatever. Again, I don't want to be more than, I think as far as I'd want to drive for work would be about 45 minutes. I'd really not want to drive an hour to work every day. That would suck. 45 minutes is a lot as it is, but I only go to work 3 days a week. So there's that. So yeah, that's been the biggest issue, is the price of things have gone up exponentially in Florida. Thankfully, I'm doing well at work and I've been able to save money, and I'm ready to move out if needed, when it is needed. But long term, I know that I am very grateful to have a job that is long term. I'm a nurse. There will always be positions for nurses. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm happy that I picked a profession where I can work even through a pandemic. I'm very grateful for that. So moving forward, I have looked at one apartment. It was great. Only issue started at $1,500. I think it was more like $1,560, which is so above budget. Way more than I'd want to pay, but it was beautiful. The area was beautiful. Everything was ideal. I toured the apartment. It was beautiful. It was exactly what I would have wanted. And then she tells me there's a 10-person wait list. It's $75 to apply. You may or may not get it in the 4 months that you'll be eligible with that $75. After that 4 months, you can pay $25 more to continue to be on the wait list. And she told me the next apartment that's available isn't until August. My lease is up in August, which means I need to be moving out before August, preferably in the next month or 2. So, that makes me a little sad, and that makes me wonder, is every place that I'm going to try to apply for gonna put me on a huge long wait list? My goal today, and every day I'm off moving forward, is to call at least 2 apartment complexes a day until I find the place that I need or want and, you know, can apply for. Let's start looking. I don't know if I'm gonna show you exactly these apartments. I think I might look by myself and then kind of take you along, not necessarily along on the tours and that kind of thing. Maybe I'll record on my phone a little bit. It's just a little awkward if it's just me and a person by myself. But maybe I'll talk about the places that I'm looking and the experiences, kind of like what I just did with the other one, and let you know how things are going as they go over the next few weeks and months, and kind of take you along on this journey. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but yeah, I'm hearing those jokes all day today. I'm struggling. So I'm going apartment hunting. I'm going to find a place and hopefully touring it soon. Finding a place by myself that'll work for me and my cats. But it's also a little scary because I've never lived on my own before. I'm gonna go find a place that I really like. The only downside is it didn't have a washer and dryer in the actual apartment, which I don't think I can do. I gotta look at all my options. And if that's my only option, then that's my only option. My biggest fear is that I'm not going to be able to fully pay for it by myself, or that I'm gonna like struggle to pay for it. You know, I give $1,000 a month to Enzo now because where we live now is expensive. And I'm only, like, my budget is $1,300, so it's only $300 more. And I already did a couple different things in my everyday, like, budget or whatever, everyday spending, to cut out at least almost $200, which means I just gotta cut back a little bit more on some other things, and I'm solid. I'm where I normally spend my money, you know what I mean? But I can't go over that. Like, I don't want to go over that because I don't want to be struggling to pay for my rent month to month. And it's expensive around here, but I do know if I move where I'm hoping to move, the area, I know I'm going to be spending less, or the same. I might be spending about the same. I don't even know, because I'm gonna have to drive further to work. So I just saw my second apartment today, And to be honest, I think I'm just gonna apply because it has been such a struggle for me to find a place so far. This place does not have a wait list. It technically has everything that I need, and I might as well just apply. Should I probably look at other places? Yeah, but I don't want to. I'm gonna pull up my list and just double check that it checks all my boxes. Okay, what I want in an apartment. Price between $1,200 to $1,500, yes. So I'm pretty sure what she sent me. So I can either get a 600 square foot, technically it's like a 1-bedroom studio because it has a wall that divides the living room from the bedroom, but it's not fully closed off, like there's no door. So technically I could go for that one for $1,385, or I could pay the $1,475 to $1,501 to get a 750 square foot, and it's a fully enclosed bedroom. I think what she showed me was the actual 1-bedroom. So to be honest, I might ask her about that one, but I would be okay getting the other one if needed. I'll just have to see what is available and when. She said there was, both of them have an availability of now, so an availability of like later in June, which actually I think June would be good because right now I have a lot going on. Not a whole lot going on in May, but like I'm not packed. I really need to get on my packing. I feel like it's not set in stone until I have a place and then I can start packing. But I should really start packing. I'll probably start packing when I get home today. Because I also have to see like, what do I need? What am I not needing? What is too much? What do I need to get rid of? What is Enzo taking? I don't know. That's a lot to think of. Cats, yes, it's very pet friendly. There was a little dog park there. In-unit washer and dryer, yes. Location, it is about 40 to 45 minutes away from where I work. It's not too bad. Do I like this area? I like that it's closer to areas that I like. I think that's what it is. I don't know if I necessarily love this area, but there's a Target right here, there's a Starbucks, there's a Publix, there's a Sam's Club. There's like, you know, I can go and live in this area, you know what I mean? Parking, yeah, that looked like there was a lot of parking. Size, there was a good size. Even like the studio version was a good size, so I would be okay with that. And it wasn't a shithole. Everything looked updated, renovated. The outside kind of looked like it's been there for a long time. Like it made me feel of how I felt coming to Florida as a child, like more swampy vibes, you know what I mean? But like not in a bad way. So I don't know how to feel about that. Like it wasn't bad, but I feel like I've gotten so used to where I live now and it's a little bougier that this is definitely a downgrade, but it's not so much of a downgrade. Like inside, it doesn't feel like too much of a downgrade. On the outside, yes, it does. It wasn't bad. And then they had this fitness recreation area that was actually pretty nice. They had like a CrossFit area. She actually said the word CrossFit, which it was kind of funny because to me it wasn't like CrossFit, but it's funny. I don't know. It was like a turf area and it had a sled and some monkey bars and it had a rock climbing wall. It actually had more in this gym than in my current apartment gym, which is kind of cool. I don't really go to the apartment gym that much because obviously I go to a weightlifting gym, but it's like there was enough to where I could actually, they had a Smith machine, so I could technically squat and stuff and get stuff done there if I needed to. Although I'm like right down the road from the gym now, so that's cool. If it all works out. So I think I'm going to apply. They're having a special right now, so I can do a security deposit fee for $99, I guess is what she's saying. That's kind of, I don't know what that means. Pet fee, $400 pet fee per pet, only 2 maximum, but I got 3 cats, so we're not gonna tell her that. We're just gonna tell her I have 1. Or we're not tell her, I don't know. It depends on if she asks. If she doesn't ask, I'm not gonna tell. And then $20 a month after that, which is whatever. And then $28 a month for valet, trash, and pest control. And then water is just, you know, as I use it. And then I have to do my own electric and cable and internet. See, these are things I'm gonna have to ask Enzo about because I've never had to do that kind of stuff before. So I'll talk to him about those and have him help me with that. But yeah, I went and I stopped at Starbucks because I got up so early this morning. Actually, why did I say I got up early? I did not get up early. I've been doing so good with my morning routines and stuff all week. Like I've been getting up at least an hour before I have to be anywhere, which to me, that's great. That's plenty of time to get what I need to get done, and then, you know, be on my way. Today, I got up 20 minutes before I had to leave, and I'm 45 minutes away from this place. So, In my defense, my phone did die. I think the charger that's by my bed, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it just did not work last night, so I think I need to switch it out. But I stopped and got myself a coffee. I got a shaken espresso that, needs to be mixed, so. People say you get a lot of Starbucks, but honestly, I haven't had Starbucks in like 2 months, so worth it. And then I also bought myself some grapes and a yogurt at Target because I didn't have breakfast because I left the house so fast. This is not... The grapes definitely need to be washed, but I also can't be bothered, so I'm just kind of rubbing off the dusty stuff in my hands. And then I also got this shirt at Target. I just loved these colors. I thought they were super cute. I brought all my stuff to where I could go and sit and like do some work somewhere, but I don't know if I want to now. I kind of just want to go home